This is Bulldozer Power GT headquarters with the race review from the last race that we're reviewing here. In the Black Sea, we didn't do so hot, finishing 9th and 13th overall. We've thrown caution to the wind when it comes to finances, but I'm going to hit up Zhang Li any moment now, see if she can't fix everything with one wave of her magic bank balance. We've got a new relationship unlock here, which allows Falco to push the car to the limit. Well, he's largely been doing that. Although saying that, Stephanie largely is the one who pushes the car well beyond its limit and makes bad news there. Anyway, terrible results, but we'll turn that around. There you go, another 2 million down the pan there, 6.5 in the hole. Anyway, it was Laszlo Hitbone who finished out, winning the race. Hang on, I'll put my brain in gear. There you go. With Cheap Fandango in second and Jesus Texera in third. That's pretty good. Frankie Trial managed to finish on pole. Also got the fastest time, lap time. Probably one of the first couple of laps, I would have thought. But only managed to finish in 8th overall. It was the pit stop strategy that really hurt last time out. And, well, that's one of those things, is you know, fewer pit stops. I do well when I play to a fewer pit stop kind of an idea, but I've got to make that work. Anyway, 9th and 12th overall, and that knocks the team into a tie for 5th place. Now, we did guarantee the boss that we'd finish the season in 5th, so I've got to pull my finger out and actually get a decent result. And actually, when I say pull my finger out, Steph has got to pull her finger out and get a good result. Anyway, we'll look at who's available for new pit crew. Yeah, they're all good. And then we'll head back to there and do the switcheroo. Good. Right, that's that dealt with. Now then, let's go to the mailbox. We'll have the usual pieces of junk from before the race actually happened. Car condition update, business as usual. That's going to need to be fixed. And then Carlotta Marquez from J to the TV Sport is asking for an interview. You attempted a quick stop for Maury during the last race, but it resulted in a mistake. Your very own chairman criticised the move, saying that Motorsport isn't a place for gambling. We had to go for it. There you go. That's all I'm saying about that. And both the drivers are unhappy as a result. Whatever. You'll get over it. You want to keep driving for me? Cheer the hell up. Becky's talking about pit crew review. We did 8 pit stops, and therein lies the problem. 3.36 seconds was our record, which means we broke our previous pit record. It's pretty good. We had 1 pit mistake. That's okay. 1 pit mistake. I can forgive 1 pit mistake. If mistakes are going to occur, then there's precious little I can do about that. Anyway, Victor Keller, Hitbone blitzes the opposition. Hitbone was definitely pushed to his limits during the race in the Black Sea, pulling off a number of daring overtaking manoeuvres. Clem Fandango finished in 2nd place, with Texera taking the final podium spot. Brilliant. Good. Let's carry on. Now, it is not the best time for me to go and hit up the boss for some cash, but I'm going to do it anyway. Right, let's go in here. My job is very secure, so that's all good. Set the budget for next year's car. Well, what are we spending at the moment? Next year's car, we're putting 600 grand every race into that. I'm going to keep that as exactly as it is. Let's ask for next funds. Impact, minus 50% chairman having income, 750 grand. Really? Is that the best you can do? Now then, let's do that again and watch what the arrow does, because I just need to make sure. No, that's not going to change anything. What have we got here? Yeah, you see, Tom Della made her happy. Munich made her happier. Beijing was bad. Milan was bad. Black Sea was bad. Oh dear. Alright, I'm going to hang on. Given that I'm skint anyway and it's not going to pull me out of being skint, I'll leave that exactly as is, and we'll see where we get. So the chairman's payment so far has been 6.5 million, which is lovely, but that doesn't cover, that only barely covers half of what we paid the drivers. I might have to throw the drivers out, you know. Anyway, the GTCS may not be a popularity contest, but it generally helps if drivers aren't completely hated by their mechanics. Over in the Carter for Performance, things are getting nasty. Carlton is a complete prat, said someone. Lacey Carlton, do we care? Not particularly. There you go. Add her to the queue. We'll go see what she's all about. If a mechanic hates her, that might lead to good things. We have finished fixing the cars. Good. We've got a new gearbox coming up in, well, 5 days effectively, and then over on the ongoing work, we've got some suspension that's being tweaked. Good. We've got this lot that's all being beefcaked. That's good too. We can, if we tweak this way, there you go, then everything is done in a fine amount of time. And then we'll give it a couple of days. We'll wait for the new part to come in, and then we'll revisit this screen and have another spin, see where it gets us. And here we go. Now would be a good time. There it is. Now's a good time. So we've got a new scouting report in as well, by the looks of it. Meanwhile, the GMA are discussing reversing grids for 2018. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I see. They're considering removing qualifying. Interesting. Interesting. Don't know what I think about that. We'll wait until the vote comes up. So we've had a look at Carolina Pascal, or Pascal, and wow, she's a big nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there. She's got an annoying annoying other half. Well, good. That really doesn't make any difference to us one way or the other. So you know, there is that. And we got the new gearbox. Performance 90 and 147. Reliability is 40%. Let's get that into the tinkering department pronto. Right, hello tinkering department. All right, chief. Get that out. That's as good as done. And then gearboxes is the new one, which is actually only as good as the previous. What's the plus? Extra acceleration on soft supers and... okay. Cool. Right, well, I want it in there and I want it in there. Okay, there you go. Make it happen for me, would you? Let's drop that out. We don't need it. That's close-ish. What about the engine? 155. We've got a 122 of 129. Let's drop that out as well. If I can get this pretty close to being super duper by race time, that'd be good. Take the suspension out. Actually, what is Phoenix is the next one. Acceleration is useful. Top speed is useful. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll whiz this all the way over this side. That'll hit 100% 1 day before the race. So if we go 6 days before the race, then we'll get a bit of performance and we'll get a bit of reliability at the same time. Tell you what, let's design a new part. Yeah, I'm in the hole already. I just don't care. I'm just going to spend the money, and then hopefully we'll have parts to carry through to the start of next season that will keep us in good stead. Now then, do we spend the big bucks and go for an engine? It's very tempting. Or do we go for a fundamental part? Where are we lacking at the moment? What have we got? No, this one. There you go. Right, so brakes. We've got a 156 and a 109. That's not great. 155 and a 129. That's okay. 2 lots of 147 is good on the gearbox. So I would suggest that either suspension or brakes would be the way to rock and roll. Or we push for a really brain-melting engine next season. Let's go for the brain-melting engine next season, if I'm allowed to make it. Well, we'll soon find out. Right, okay, so what's this risk level business? Let's have that, and then we'll have 2 lots of good. Top speed, less reliability. But that's bad. Build time plus a top speed, extra reliability. Yes. And then top speed plus 25, less reliability on... Nah, not interested. Give me that. We'll definitely take that. That gives us 195. We can fix the reliability. That's fine. We can resolve that by tweaking it once we've got it in place. And then that one as well. That takes us to a 220 engine. Rah. yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that might do the trick. Anyway, if it's going to let me build it, we'll see. Then I'll get that built. Let's do this. No, that's it. The dream is over, friends. There is no more development to be done this season. We're running with what we've got. Oh well. It was beautiful while it lasted. But it has lasted no longer. Now it is down to my drivers to make this happen. So that suggests to me that 5 million overdrawn is the cut-off point. So be it. Well, I mean, if this sponsorship offer that we've got coming in here makes a difference, then maybe that will help. Carlos Pino, I would imagine. I should imagine that's got a whatchamacallit, a tilde over the top of it. Let's have a look. Carlos, how are you? You're a dull interviewee, you're a truck racing champion, a fuel hog, a resource hog, and a dull interview. You're boring, aren't you? But you're great at overtaking. Alright, good. Fine. I'm not hiring you, just so you know. You don't interest me in the slightest. We've got a vote to do. Should we do the vote first? Let's do the vote first. Right. Politics. No qualifying next season. I'm going to vote in favour. There we go. Why not? Let's mix it up. Let's see what we get. Whether it's we tend to do pretty well in qualifying, so this would actually count against me. But I'm all for more exciting racing, and the sway of the viewers at the moment seems to be that we're going to do another season. So let's go for that. See if I can pull myself out of a financial hole. There we go. Voting is over. Reversed grids is happening next season. Ooh. Oh, well, we'll just have to see. Right, slot 5. We've got 2 offers of the 3 so far. Target position 8th or 9th, yes. Up front, yeah. Okay, well, you're winning here, aren't you, Wan Chai? I think I was sponsored by Wan Chai already. 8 race deal, 9th or above, and it's only 50 grand less, but you're going to give me 750 large up front. All right, good. We're not choosing it yet. We'll wait until option 3 comes in the door, and then we'll make a decision on that one. Right, we got some more details. Chad Hammer. Okay, Chad, what are you about? You're a pay driver. Okay. Interesting. If I were to sack both my drivers, get a couple of pay drivers on board instead. Now, they won't be very good, but what we will end up with is a better chance of making an impact. You want to make 250 grand. Oh, you've got an extra 250 grand that you want to make off your contract, but you're paying that back every race anyway. You're an optimist, and you're just recently divorced. Yes, that optimism clearly well placed. Chad, I'm going to put you on my maybe list. And we'll see where we get to. Yeah, I am. Yeah, no, I'm not. I wasn't joking. I am definitely considering junking both drivers at the end of the season. I can't afford to keep them in anyway. So we'll I'll just bang a few more in. Keep scouts busy. Not that it amounts to much. Oh, we got a dilemma. Can you promise me we'll improve our brakes? Well, I can, but there's going to be yeah, no, I promise, Steph. I tell you what, I promise we'll do it, okay? I absolutely promise, using the magic money tree that I've got in the back garden, that we will upgrade the brakes. How long have I got to do that? 45 weeks, but she's got +5 morale. Well, here's the thing, Steph, is that there's a really strong chance that I'm going to boot you this season. Not because you're not good, although you did crash the car twice, but largely because you're very expensive. You're going to cost me 5 million to break the contract. I'm over it. No, I'm totally over it. We'll go with cheapy pay drivers who are quite happy to sling me some cash just for the privilege of being on the team. Right, Chill Blankowski. We've now received flipping. Hey, he's good. Yeah, no, he's very good. He's got a what's that, 4.5 star potential there. He's currently he's only got 4 months left on his contract, and he's not very happy. He's a successful designer, which adds to his marketability. He's got relationship bonus. He's got all of this. Yeah, that's good. The only thing he's rubbish at is braking, but that's not a deal breaker. If you can't slow down, minor details. Right, okay, now then, here we go. Let's talk about Phoenix. It's a 38 lapper, so quite a short one. It's going to be dry, high-speed circuit, which will suit cars with strong engines. We should go and have a look and see how our progress is going. Tyre compounds chosen softer medium. Yeah, that makes sense. Scouting reports finished. We've done that. Tyre wear level. Just a bit of feedback on the show. Our tyre wear is pretty good. But if we could focus a little more on it next season, I'd love that, says Zhao Ting Zong, who is our third driver. We don't talk to Zong very often, but there we are. Yeah, I'd love to. Better tyre wear would suit us down to the ground. Right, all three offers are in. Schiffer is offering 800 grand per race. For 10 races, so that's 800,000 in total. Yes, got it. And that's for finishing in 5th. It's not a bad offer. 12 races at 500 grand. What's that? That's 6 million. No, 8 million for the 10 race. Yeah, there we go. 6 million, but we only have to hit 8th. Or for 9th, we're getting a little bit lower, but we do get some free cash up front. Yeah, see, I don't think 5th and above is doable, but I do think that 8th and above is doable. And given that that 750 grand up front's not going to make any difference at all, I think we'll take the Yandermole. Yeah, it's worth 6 million. Yeah, what's your problem? Okay. Yeah, no, we'll take that. No, there you go. It's an unusual choice for me, but there we go. Anyway, Northern Harbour's coming up next, and they liked to spend big. So we'll see if they come back in after the next race or not. Let's go and have a quick look at the car. Hello, car. How are you doing? 71% on the reliability. Okay, that's almost there. How long have we got? 6 days. Yeah, we're going to need to keep the reliability going upwards. We're up to 113 of 147. I'd like to bring this car into the race. This engine, I should say. So we need to get past 122 for that to be in any way sensible at all. Well, we'll see how we go, shall we? Well, no, don't just throw that as a we'll see how we go. Should we budge this way a little bit to boost the performance? 6 days after the race, 6 days after the race. What about keep going? 7 days after the race. Yes. 8 days after. Let's leave it there, because I need the reliability up to at least 80% for it to be worth using. We'll see how it goes, shall we? All right, where are we now? 74. We've got 3 days left to go. It's not going to get there. I think we're going to be better with the engine we've already got. What's the other? Do we have any other benefit? An extra 50 acceleration. Okay, here's the plan. We will now wang. Oh no, we're going to wang all the stuff over there to get that absolutely maxed out. We'll lose the 6 points off there, but given the tyres that we're likely to use, we'll end up on soft tyres no matter what, and therefore 50 extra acceleration is a good thing. Yeah, there you go. You've thought that through. That was a sound piece of judgment on your part. Possibly a little bit too much effort there put into reliability, but, you know, it all counts. Right, here's the International Championship reporting back from Singapore, and it's Nancy Pumpkin who comes out on top. Now, that propels Nancy up to 6th overall in the championship for Orange GT, with Paula Swans in 2nd and Brenda Karma in 3rd. Paula is currently 2nd in the championship, now tied 2nd with whoever it is, Conda. Can you remember? No, I can't. But Pumpkin, did the triple there, where pole position and the fastest lap bonus as well. So that's improved Nancy's proposition for this for the series, and it doesn't leave her too far adrift of first. But I can't see that happening somehow. Anyway, it's still Spartan who are out in front, but it's not a massive lead that they've got. Hammer and Orange both have equal opportunity to potentially close that gap there. Possibly. Could happen. You never know. Anyway, there's some high drama for you in the championship. There you go. For those of you who care about a championship. A place we will never see. That is that. Right, okay, good. Let's trot on. 3 days to go till Phoenix. I feel excited. Right, okay, we've got some mail. And it's the Phoenix Preview Roundup. What are we talking about here? Scouts from GT have been tipped to have a great time on Sunday. A GMA insider told us at the Gazzetta dei Motori they'd be amazed if Clem Fandango, whatever. Second place driver Laszlo Hitbone of Grand Slam Autosport also said the Drivers' Championship isn't over till it's over. And I know I have what it takes to beat the Fandango. All on MR's Tallulah Crouton is hoping for an upturn of this team's fortunes. No, Orlean are our major rival at the moment. No, that's the standings. I want the team standings. Give me the not the drivers. I want the teams, because that would have tied in quite nicely with our the story that I was telling there. We've blown it now anyway. Interesting. Where's the standings? Is what I want. Yeah, standings. Where do you get to teams? GT Series. Yes. It's here, look. You're looking at it. Oh, no, Orlean AMR are a big fat nothing. It's Marshall GT that we're in competition with, so, let's keep our eyes on the prize. We've got a win. We won one. I know, that was ages ago, it feels like. Anyway, I've kind of lost track of my own brain, but if I read that piece of news correctly, we've also finished. There you go. Lovely. Right. Wang that over there. You're now done. We'll stick something else into reliability. Make it something you actually use. All right, Chief, I can do that. 119 we've got on the new gearbox. Brum brum. You were looking at the engine before, weren't you? Yeah, but it's not the engine, it's the gearbox. And that means that this is definitely a good gearbox. Ooh, the question is, who's going to get the gearbox? Well, you're going to find out in about a minute and a half when we get to that stage of the Enterprise for today. Let's put that in there. Let's put this in here. Let's put 95's okay. What else have we got that's not so good? 99, 96, 92, and 90. All right, okay. Well, we might as well max everything, whatever. And then whiz that down the middle. There you go. Right, good. Continue. It's that time. Okay, right, so £500,000. We're going to go with Jandamol for this. I think 8th should be doable. If we can't hit 8th, then frankly, I don't deserve anything. Yeah, we've consistently hit higher than that in qualification all series. So we should land 250 grand without breaking too much of a sweat. Let's go to part fitting and then fit the parts. Right, now, who gets the new gearbox? So Steph's gearbox is better overall with 141 as its rating. However, with the tyres, actually switch over to this. With the tyres that we're likely to be using, that plus 50 takes up to 169. Let's do that. Falco's had to suffer the indignity of the less good car all season. You can have the experimental one. And see if you can get any kind of traction out of that. Yeah, okay. No, that's the setup. That's what we're going with. All right, grand. There we go. He's still unhappy though, isn't he? Look, he's only. Oh, he's actually going to improve his morale. The car that he's got at the moment. He's just complaining about the car overall. Can't say I blame him particularly. The car is garbage. Although it's becoming less garbage over time. So maybe I should be just a smite less critical of the car. It's the oval. Of course it is. I like driving on ovals. And this might really suit the new action camera that we have recently been sporting. Yeah, I like oval racing. What can I tell you? I think it's more interesting than... no, it's not. I think it's as interesting as your bendy tracks. But no, this is going to be interesting. Anyway, back in Phoenix. If ever the GMA try and tell us that they're going to take this out of the series, I'm going to say no. Keep it in the flipping series. Steph, you're on. Falco, you're on. Zhao Ting, as much as I appreciate you having an opinion and all, shh. This is not the race for you. Right. Medium tyres. Interesting. Would we go for medium tyres? So soft tyres for Falco makes sense because he's going to be running... Oh, dearie me. Yeah. So soft tyres clearly indicates that that what we're going to end up with here is a situation where we have one driver doing one more pit stop than the other. All right. Well, look, whatever. Right. Let's aim for the top speed there, and we're just going to go with what feels a bit plausible at the moment, and leave it at that. Falco, let me know what you get on with there. So there's the softs, right? Softs, he gets 50% bonus on his acceleration, but he gets 10 to 12 laps, whereas the mediums, you get 14 to 16, right? So that's like an extra 4 laps there, where it's a 38 lap race. So what are you talking? So that would be 2 pit stops if you manage to make the tyres last. This is going to be 3 pit stops, possibly even more than that. Okay, all right, no, there we go. We'll see how we get on. And if with his super duper acceleration, that should be no problem for him whatsoever. Right, let's give it lots of high speed there, and suspension stiffness towards understeer. I'll tell you what, let's go all the way into the hardest suspension imaginable. We'll lengthen the gear ratios and see where it gets us. I think we've shifted the weight too far that way. There we go. Try that. Let me know how you get on. I'm going to have you practicing on mediums. Right, good. Yeah. Yes. Yes. All right, let's rock and roll. All right, Steph, out you go. Yeah, we've already done all this. Yeah, go. And Falco, off you go. Now, whichever one of you pleases me more is more likely to remain at the end of the season. Falco, historically, I have disliked everything you've stood for, but now's your chance to hold your position. You've had a bad attitude historically, but you know, this is your chance to shine. Right, we'll bring them back in and see what they think, and then we'll send them back out and give them another opportunity to tell me what they think. Right, okay. Well, it's not going to be 100% bad news here. 75% overall. Cornering, poor. Handling, good. Speed balance, good. Okay, right. Well, that means we want to bring this out that way. Is that too much, do you think? Well, let's go to there and see where we get. Then we'll tweak the gear ratios. Actually, we'll let that go up a little bit, and we'll change the understeer. We'll leave that where it is. That's a significant enough change that we should be able to tell what the difference is. There you go, off your trots. Right. Meanwhile, with Falco, it looks like we actually hit something bang on the money there. That's handling. We've got handling exactly where he wants it. Speed balance is pretty good too. He just wants, I suspect, the same kind of deal where we whiz that down that way a smidge. Actually, let's go 2 smidges. And then gear ratios. No, gear ratios about there. Yeah. And getting the handling more or less on the money. That's more or less on the money. Let's see how that does. I think that's going to be quite close. But obviously, we're going to have to wait and see. Let's up the tempo on this one, given that we're doing something fairly routine here. And Steph, you can come back in. Falco, you can also come back in. There you go. This system is tried and tested now, and I like it. I could easily save the setups and reuse them from season to season. But actually, I quite like going through the process of refining it each time. Right, okay. Handling's great, and it was good. So a little more towards oversteer would probably help. We've got the speed balance for cornering exactly right. The cornering is bang on. Speed balance, we are off the mark. Okay, all right. Where was it? It was there. I think we need to bring it down a bit further. Okay, you sure? I'm not, but we'll do it anyway. So what? You want to go to about there? Yeah, let's try that and see where we get. Where was the original? Yeah, okay, that's a good one. Handling has moved a little upwards. Is that where we said we wanted to go? Yes, it is. All right, then. Okay, well, let's see how Steph likes that one. Meanwhile, Falco's good to go as well. Good on you, Falco. Right, we're up to 92% on the session. Speed balance was great. Okay, so we want the speed balance just to be notched down a bit further, like that, mate. No, suspension. You want to be messing with the gear stick. All right. Speed balance a little more towards acceleration. How about there? How's that compare? No, you've gone the wrong way. You've gone the wrong way. Go one up. How's that compare? That's better. That should get you at least into great. Right, cornering's only good. Okay, so we could go a little more towards low speed, is what you're saying. All right. Okay. Well, let's do that, and then let's bring that back in with a bit of this. Might be too much. Where were you? Poor. You're now good. Okay. And then let's get the handling back on the money there. That's not on the money though, is it? That is. Right. Try that on for size. See how you get on. Right. And then one more time and we should have it. Typically. So nice quick laps these. So fuel management is going to be an interesting one. Because we're going to want to because the lap's not very long, right? Hold on, bring in Falco. No, you missed it. You've missed it. Steph is there. Steph has landed. She's got what it takes. She's got what she wanted. The handling could go a little better, but we're at 97%, and that's near as you like, really. So if we were to move the handling one smidge towards oversteer, I think we'd be on it. But you see, that's thrown off my speed balance, which we could possibly adjust with a little bit of. You don't want lower tyre pressure on a track like this. No, you want higher tyre pressure. No, you want to just put it back as it was. Put it. Leave it alone. 19.2, a little bit more high speed. That's changed virtually nothing. That has changed actually nothing. And that has moved the oversteer up, but the top speed down a touch. How about that? Leave it alone. Leave it alone. It's near enough. You're close, all right? Get it back out there. Go and learn the track. It's a circle. There's your hint. So yeah, go and learn how to drive the track, and that'll be valuable. Right, Falco should be coming in. There we go. Double excellent, great. That'll do. I'm not even going to fiddle with it. We'll leave that alone, unless we've had an excellent on the speed balance previously, which I don't think we have. Yeah, you see, just a little bit more towards top speed and we'd have it. But again, we're at 97%. I don't need to go any faster than that. You do though, don't you? Don't you need to go... Look, wouldn't that just make all the difference in the world? You're not touching anything else. All right, okay, go on. Off you go. Go on then, Falco. Make it happen. Right, let's go and hang with Steph and see what sort of time she can set. Now, she's only on medium tyres, and that's fine. This is only practice. And if she can build up her medium tyre knowledge, then that's a good thing as far as we're concerned. She's finishing her lap about now, and that puts her 10th overall. Okay, so that's hanging with Mule, a bit slower than Black and Cout, and Shooty, and Trial, and Marley. Okay. Oh, she just moved up a bit. Falco, meanwhile, is third. Yeah, you see, that's the business. Falco's coming in about now. Oh, actually, it could be fuel load, you know. That might have made a difference. Right, we'll send it back. Oh, triple excellent for Falco Engelhardt. Well, we've not seen that all season, so maybe this is Falco's time to shine. Maybe he has been motivated by the threat of, I don't know, something. Yeah. What I don't know what this means. You know. See, look, 1 lap, 3 laps, 2 laps, 3. Don't know. All right, let's go 3 laps and see what happens. Do you want to stick on the same tyres? You got 3 to 5 laps worth in those. Yeah, we haven't got that much time left, mate. So just give it a go. Steph can come in when she feels like it. If we manage to get any more laps out of either driver, that's all fine. We're now just driving for the experience of the thing. There you go, round and round in a circle. That's all good. Falco Engelhardt, worn tyres. Yes. That's something that we're going to be selling on the team store. Would you like some of Falco Engelhardt's worn tyres? They've been pre-worn by Falco himself. And you kind of go, oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, he's low on fuel. His tyres have had it. But the session's over anyway, so that's all grand. And it's only burned through 1 set of tyres, which is also a bonus. Right, so Falco 3rd overall. All right. Steph 10th overall, 2nd fastest on mediums, with Frankie Trial having put in a 0.9. We're at a 1.1, so certainly competitive in that regard. Right, here goes the morons online. Krishnendu Setcharaman. I want to see you guys win for years to come. Bulldozer Power GT. I'm a fan for life. Thanks, Krish. Lovely job. Fuegas Manny says it was a nice practice. Hopefully can beat Clem to pole. Okay, if you say so. And here's Munir Bandera. You're only a true fan if you watch the practice sessions too. Ruddy hipsters. Right, okay. No, you're only a fan if you say you are. There you go. That's all there is to it. No one gets to dictate whether you're a fan or not. You can decide your own level of involvement. Right, okay, here we go. Qualification time. Qualifying trim, obs, and soft tyres. There you go. That's that. For the boy Falco, we'll go with the same gig for him as well. Let's weight strip like we mean it. Right now then, the crucials is just the engine apparently. But apparently the gearbox is also quite handy. So we'll drop a little off the engine. That's brakes. Okay, and we'll drop a little off the suspension. There you go. We'll take less than that off the gearbox, and that's pretty aggressive. Meanwhile, on Steph's side of the equation, we'll leave the engine the hell alone. We'll take a good chunk off the brakes. We'll take some off the suspension. Now, I see 75 as kind of the middle point there for you know, a part that you're quite happy to have wear out at the end of the race. It hasn't failed me to date, but that's meaningless. Anyway, Steph's car has gained 165. Whereas Falco's has only gained 75, but even so, that makes both cars pretty solid. Car setup, we're leaving it alone. Could have done a little better on Steph's handling, but she's going to be fine there. This is all down to what they can actually accomplish now in the qualifications. Right, Steph, go. Yep. Go, hammer it. 1, 2, 3. Falco, you go. Go. There we go. That count thing there, incidentally, was just purely to give a little bit of a gap between my two drivers. They're both likely to run into traffic anyway, because the other drivers will be heading out as they come round to do their flying lap. But you know, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, this is the first attempt from Falco that we're watching here. Steph's obviously already on the way. And we'll see how he gets on. It's really hard to tell, to be honest, because he's just driving in a circle. Right, okay, Mori's out in front. Fandango just went faster by 0.7 of a second. That's not bad. No, hold on. I misread that. Maury's out in front. Engelhart's a tenth of a second slower. A hundredth of a second slower. Fandango's out at the front. Oh, okay. I don't care. That's fine. I don't mind. It's okay. All we've got to do is stay within the elimination threshold, and that's all grand. Do we want to have another go? Yeah, go out again. Have another go. It all counts, and if nothing else, you might get in someone's way. So that's that's valuable too. Let's go real quick. See how we get on. And round we go. And no change. Steph went a bit quicker. Falco did not improve on his time. But that gives us 6th and 7th. Remember, we only need 8th at the end of the entire qualification session, and we get the cash. So that's perfectly acceptable. Yeah, okay. Fandango's out in front, and by a good measure as well. 0.2 of a second faster than anyone else. Yeah, he does look like you might get this done. Oh, well, that's just life. That's just life when you play with a cheater in the mix. Anyway, out of the running is Julie Blackencow, Ian Hayes, Jeff Kickery, Jess Kickery, and Henry Wellington. They've all been booted for being rubbish. Okie dokie, right, 7th and 8th. That's what we want. Anyway, second session. Now, this is the one where we have to carry the tyres from, so we're going to want to be cautious. No, we're not. We're going to go do one session, and we'll see how we get on. Right, yeah, go out on those. Now, previously I had a thought. Well, I had a notion at one point, which was, well, why not do the second session on medium tyres then, so you get a little bit more wear out of them at the start of the race. You're going to go, while a valid idea, you probably wouldn't actually make it through to the last 10. You kind of go, oh yeah. In which case, just don't bother trying to qualify at all and go out in 16th, 17th, whatever it is. So yeah, so you have to go out on the competitive tyres or not at all, frankly. Who's this closing us down? Is that Fandango? Who is that? You can't click on the cars, unfortunately. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. It's Fandango. You see how much faster he was there? Well, he's going to win this race easily, I would assume. Right, okay, that's our times locked in. Engelhart he's 0.2 of a second slower than his teammate. But Blackencout and Texera aren't in it. Hitbone is off the pace. That's unusual. I only need one of you in the top 8. Actually, we've got one more session to go, so we can do it in that one. I'm assuming we're both going to end up in the top 10. It doesn't seem likely that we'll both get knocked out. I want to do another flying lap. You can't. No. We're going to assume you're not going to be able to go faster. And therefore, these are the tyres you're going to start the race on, both of you. Oof. Right, Frauco's dropped a 10th as Tallulah Crouton puts in a decent time. Both of you stay in, please. Although Engelhart starting in 11th is not a bad place to be. But I think he's going to make it through. He has made it through. Well, that gives us 2 opportunities to finish in the top 8 and make £250,000. So, that's not dreadful, I suppose. Fandango, they're out in first. He's now 0.4 of a second faster than anyone else. He's got to be using a cheating part. Got to be. Let's get him disqualified and then taken out back and shot. Jesus is eliminated. Army is eliminated. Duncan's gone. Jim's out, and so is Laszlo. Interesting. He's injured at the moment, but Laszlo Hitbone did very well in the last race, or the last race but one, having started in something ridiculous like 17th. So, I know, draw your own conclusions. Maybe he's just terrible at qualifying and he's good on race day. Right, here we go. Last session coming up. This one is for the money. Right, Falco, you can go out first this time. All right, okay. We're not going to tweak that. We're not going to tweak that. Although, you are going to need some of these. No, you're not. Falco's going out on the medium. No, Falco's going out on the softs. Ooh. Yeah, you're going to need some of those. Those will be okay. That's your first set, second set, third set, fourth set. Yeah, okay, you're all right. Right, off you go. Yeah. Steph, do that thing. You're going to be spending most of the race on mediums. So you're going to do 2 stints on medium tyres at least. So it's, you know, we're hoping for you to have 1 fewer pit stop. And that make all the difference. I'll tell you what. Let's getting their tyres up to punting speed. Tyre temperature's too low. Well, do something about that on your warm-up lap then. I can't help your tyres being too cool. That's up to you, there, driver. You know, we put them in the little tyre blanket, but you know, what are we going to? We can't do much about that. That's entirely on you. Anyway. Third and fourth moment, they won't stay there, although Engelhardt was a little faster than his teammate this time round, by which I mean he's closed the gap. No, you're going out again. That wasn't fast enough. We'll keep Falco in, maybe? Well, steady on. They can use the same set of tyres. Alright, okay, off you go. Which means that those tyres will be in slightly better condition. Also, as was mentioned in the comments last time, the later out in the session you go, the more grip there is on the track. Although, based on this track, I suspect there was probably enough grip on the first session anyway. That certainly stands to reason. But let's see how we get on. We're not going to get time to go again. Well, we could if we really pushed it, but we don't need to push it. Neither of them have gone any faster at all. You both suck. Right, it's going to come down to my startling and rather perplexing pit strategy as to whether we manage to get anything in the race at all. But I'm not currently confident. No, I'm unconfident. Inconfident is what I am. Yes, I know you can get special medication for that, but no, that's where we're at. But the good news, we've done what our sponsors have required of us, and that's all jolly positive, jolly positive. Yes. Okay, so now we start to debate. Well, are you going to do anything exciting with fuel? If you're going to be coming in early anyway, do you want to be carrying a bunch of fuel at the beginning, or do you want to lighten your fuel load to really put the cat amongst the pigeons right at the start of the race, only to then have to fill up early on? Well, so it's a good question. I'll tell you what, we'll stick Falco on it because he's already running a risky pit strategy. So, yeah, we'll try that and see what happens. Right, over to the clowns online, and Anna Munnery just read about how much Nicholson Racing is paying Jeff Kickery. Threw up in my mouth a little. No talent. Ain't that the truth? XBC Sport. Good effort from Bulldozer Power GT today. They'll be hoping for something even better tomorrow. We will. You're not wrong. Evening Herald, Darnell Boycott. Sticking my neck out here, but after today's solid qualifying performance, I fancy Bulldozer Power GT for the win tomorrow. Only if the cheat is disqualified. Michel Dupont, Clem Fandango pulled out a seriously hot lap there. The race is on to me. Next, Ditty Methman. I am literally in love with Falco Engelhardt. Will Bulldozer Power pass on a marriage proposal? Yeah, it'll cost you 10 million quid. Anyway, Ditty Meth Man there, I think, is clearly on meth to be in any way enamoured with Falco. Evening Herald, Arnold Booker. We're so deep in motorsport country here in Phoenix that I'm pretty sure I just saw a guy injecting gasoline into his veins. Arnold, you just say the most inappropriate things. And then Lisa Amorosi, apparently there's a possibility that the GMA might be considering the famous oval here for inclusion in the GTCS calendar. How cool would that be? I don't care, Lisa, because I'm in the Challenger series. I'm not in the pros. The pros are dull. I want to keep it real. This is real racing right here, apparently. Something like that. Anyways, race day. We need 8th. 8th is what we need. between the pair of my drivers, I need 5th overall in order to make the chief happy, so that I can extract some cash from her wallet. But we'll see how we get on. Right, hold on, close that. Make sure you're doing the right one. Falco. Okay. Super soft tyres wear more slowly. Ha. Soft tyres, 15% performance increase. Yes. Wear more slowly. No, we'll go with race trim. And the reason we'll go with race trim is because he's going to use those tyres up at a normal kind of rate. So we'll see how he gets on with that. Do I want to strip any more weight? No, I don't. No, I'm going to leave it alone. I've stripped enough. I could possibly be a little bit more aggressive, but honestly, I always play somewhat conservatively in that regard anyway. Right, so medium tyres, 5% performance increase. Is that really the best you could do? I gave you ever such a lot of practice on those, you know. Ever such a lot. No, we'll take it, and we'll take the performance rate. Ooh, will we? We can do that, and then you could do that instead, and that way it doesn't matter what tyres you're using. Yeah. How many seconds are you going to save there? So if you're doing 2 pit stops, and that saves you, let's say, 1.5 seconds per pit stop, then you've saved 3 seconds overall. Yes. 10% performance increase, which would be the 2 of those applied. Yes. I'm going to try it, just because it goes against what my instincts are saying. My instincts are saying go with one of these and that. We've used Pit Stop Guru all season. But no, I'm gonna go with these 2 slung together and see if that does anything at all for us. Because why the hell not? Yeah. Right. The car setup is all about right. Driver strategy. Right, Steph. I want you. No, Falco. No, I want both of you fools on murder it mode. To begin with. Actually, no, Steph, I don't want you on murder it mode. I want you on give it a bit. And then high. Yes. Where's the bit where I can put some petrol or not in the car, or do I not get that choice? If I don't get that choice, then I don't get that choice. Car setup. No. Knowledge. Yeah, done that. Car setup. Yeah, done that. Driver strategy. Done that. Don't have a choice on the tyres. No, okay, it is what it is. So I'm going to make Falco more aggressive and let him come in first. Although, saying that, if Steph's going to be on... No, let's do it the other way around. Steph's further ahead. So getting her in first on the fresh tyres to hopefully then stay out. And then we'll put her on a slightly less aggressive strategy on... Oh, I don't flipping know, do I? Anyway, here's the runners and riders. Clem Fandango and Frankie Trial out in on the first row, with Vlad Marley next to Constanza Schutte in 3rd and 4th. In 5th, you've got Stephanie Mori next door to Fuegas Manny, with Falco immediately behind her next to Lacey Carlton, who is despised by her mechanics. On the 5th row, you've got Jay Blackenkout and Orlean driver Tallulah Crouton, who just snuck in there at the last minute. In 11th is Jesus and Army, ahead of Duncan Disorderly and Jim Kilmowski. You'll see the medium tyres starting to be chosen here. Then you've got the wounded Laszlo Hitbones next to Julie Blackenkout, with Ian Hayes and Jeff Kickery in 17th and 18th. And then on the back row of the grid, it's Jess Kickery and Henry and his Wellingtons. Okay, we're under starters orders. Let's get some action camera here, zooming in. Here we go. We're going to focus on Steph because she's going to come in first. She's away poorly. Business as usual there. And Englehart's now right. Oh, someone went a bit wide. That was Manny, ran a little wide there. Steph is now pushing through into 4th. She seems to have the measure of some of the opposition at least. No, that's good. Steph's up into 3rd. Now, is she going to gain on the lead drivers, or is she going to be holding it off? We're going to save her electro booster for when she needs it. I will give the boy Fandango his own destiny with that regard. But I want to try and use it when we've got plenty of space to actually close up more than the opposition. You see, that driver just went straight into the back of us, so we're going now. There you go. Go on, Steph. That's the ticket. Not bad. Not bad there. Right, tyres are starting to warm up a bit. Falco's down to 12th. Not sure what's going on with him, but there it is. Steph's got plenty of space to play with for the time being, and that's pretty good. And we'll activate a little bit of higher speed camera action going on now. We'll ease off on the fuel, on the tyre usage, because we're right on the line now for the tyres. We'll try and get 2 more laps before bringing her in. Oh. You're fired. No, I have mentioned that drivers in the past are dead to me. Maury, that's it, you're done. No, I'm firing you after this race. You're out of here. Falco Engelhardt is the only driver that matters to me now. Stephanie Maury is done. She's sacked, she's out of here. She is getting no more love from Bulldozer Power. She is an ex-driver. If you've got a Stephanie Maury fan shirt at home, keep hold of it. It's going to be a collector's item because I'm not printing any more of them because she's fired. Right, Falco, you're going to come in. You're going to have medium tyres, son. I'm livid. 3 crashes in 1 season. No, we're not putting up with that. I don't care what the reason behind it is. You don't crash on an oval. It's as simple as that. Right, Falco's coming in. He's come and get his new tyres on. Feel free to throw the old tyres at Stephanie. She doesn't deserve them. No. I can't go through the rest of this race being angry. We now have to believe in Falco, the Falco Engelhardt. And see if we can't salvage something from this race that is thus far going very badly indeed. Yeah, I'm not even going to wait for the end of the season. I'm going to boot Stephanie the second we get a chance. No, that's intolerable. Having the better car and stacking it 3 times. I have maligned Falco Engelhardt too many times over the course of the season, and it's just not happening. We could be fixing these, you know, while Falco's out here putting in a race for the fans. We could be fixing Steph's tyres, but we're not doing that. Anyway, race order at the moment is Engelhardt's in 14th. He's going to pick up a place or 2 as we pass the pit lane. Hitbone is still on the lead lap. They're out in first place. Where are we in terms of drivers who've pitted? We're 4th. Of the drivers who have come in already, we are currently in 4th place. We'll ease back on those tyres a little here because they're starting to get a little bit wary. But we'll hammer time it down the straight there to close the gap between us and Marley. Now into 10th. A 5th place finish would be absolutely super. We are really hurting the tyres, and our whole shtick here is to make these tyres last. But actually, we're not the only ones who are going through them at a fair rate. Marley, who is on the same stretch as us, and actually Frankie Trial's gone through them really fast. I don't know if Frankie came in a lap earlier or what, but I don't know. Frankie is really murderating the tyres there. Meanwhile, ours are still cooked. So we're going to have to be much more cautious on our second tyre run if we're going to get any life out of them at all. Now that might mean we get overtaken more often, but what we're aiming to do is only stop a couple of times. We don't want to be stopping on multiple occasions if we can avoid it. Meanwhile, the last of the no stop yet drivers are in, and Falco's now up to 5th. Afterburners, please. Now he will be using a little bit of time based on the tyre wear or the tyre temperature that he's got going in, and he's still not back into good temperature. This is not good. We're going to back off. I want to try and get a good few laps out of this first set of replacement tyres if I possibly can, because we need to, frankly. We will drop back a couple of places in the process. Wellington's gone with soft tyres. He's going to come in early there. Fandango is going to be coming in soon as well, but Falco's tyres are not looking good. Frankie Trial's murdered, absolutely rinsed that second set of tyres. That's interesting. Right, you can start being a little bit more aggressive again now. Go up as far as neutral. And we'll see how we get on. So far it's looking good. It looks a little overcast. It is. All right, thanks for the news. All right, so Engelhardt's doing a fine job staying out, but he's not the only person who's doing so. Yeah, you can overtake there, son. I'll have you on the as we get around the next corner. That's flipping Fandango. Go on, give it large. Go on, whip it. You had lots in the electro booster there. Didn't get much for it. 23% on the tyres. One more lap or this lap? This lap. We're being held up. Now's the time to come in. Right, okay, let's have a look at the fuel. 9 laps of fuel left. We're going to need some more. Do we want to do 2 fuel stops? Or do we want to top up now? So we need 18 laps of fuel to get through to the end of the race. That's 31 laps. A little more than we need. The thing is, if you put any fuel in at all, you lose time. So I think we're going to go with a lighter load on this one and see where we get to for the final countdown. And it might be that we end up going on the faster tyres for the last run anyway. Yeah. All right, let's go 12. No, really? Let's go 13 and see where that gets us. How are the parts hanging in there? The spoilers are actually in worse condition than their stock, so there's nothing we can do about that. We won't bother recharging the battery, and we'll go for a fast stop. Let's see how we do. Okay, Falco's in. Come on, son. That's it. Throw a wrench at Steph's head. All good. Fueling done. Get out, get out, get out. Go, 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 go. 13th. Right, having had his second stop. Fandango's had 2 stops and is somehow in first place. Hacks. That's the only possible thing it can be. That's just ridiculous. We're going to stay on this modest treatment of our tyres here and see if we can't make them last for a bit. Because we'll get some automatic overtaking when other drivers come in. I don't know who this is in 10th, but we're overtaking them anyway. You suck. In your face, Kickery. Okay, Kickery's a bad driver, so... What happened there, Falco? Did you mistake that corner? There's Marley. Alright, we'll wait till we get round here. And then boost it, son. There you go. No, eat my dust. Good, right. What's the distance we've got here? We've got 3 seconds. We're 3 seconds behind Blackenkout. That's fine. Blackenkout's got a pit soon. Mule's in the pits now. Hitbone is in the pits. I told you that Hitbone would come from nowhere and has done again. Engelhardt back into the top 8, which is where we need to be. But how are we actually going? We've got 9 laps of fuel. The tyres look good. And we're making progress here, despite being on a relatively calm tyre burn policy. Hitbone's gone in. This is a good race from Falco Engelhardt. He's playing it quite sensibly. He managed to shove a back marker in the way of the driver behind him. Very astute. 7 seconds before disorderly. Let's give it some boost now while we've got clean track, because that way you get the most out of your boost. Texera is going to be coming in. Disorderly is going to be coming in. Trial again is going to come in, and if we play our cards right here, we should be able to come in, get soft tyres. We're going to need a splash of fuel at the same time, but that's not a deal breaker. We've got 6 seconds over Marley, who is going to come in at around the same time we do. The issue there is going to be how much fuel have they got, because having to do 2 fuel stops is not necessarily clever, but Falco's certainly making a go of it on the track right now as he moves up to 3rd place overall. Trial's going to be in any second. That's pretty positive. We've got 4 laps of fuel in the car. Fandango's going to be in any time soon, so we will lead on the track for a short period. Whether we make hay during that time, who knows? But Falco is running this one exactly to the plan, and he's carving away around the track at the moment. Marley now 8 seconds behind him. This is all pretty promising. He's lost a bit of downforce. Is his spoiler okay? That's not ideal. Right, we're going to pit this lap because there aren't many left to go, and the fuel is starting to run low. The tyres are starting to heat up, so now is the perfect time to come in. We'll go out on the softs. Fuel options. We will have 6 laps left after the stop, so we'll top it up so that we've got 8 laps of fuel. Because I always use more fuel. The spoiler's in really bad condition. I can only hope that that is affecting other drivers similarly. Because if it isn't, then we're gonna have a crisis that others may not face. I would imagine Marley will come in straight behind us. The only thing we need to do is get out in a position so that we can finish in the top 8. And there we go. 8th, 9th. That's not bad. 10th. Okay. 11th. That's less good. Yeah, this is all less good. We even got blue flagged there, which means we're not on the lead lap anymore. Oh dear. Right, okay, we have excess fuel, but that's okay because we're burning it. Not many laps to go. There's the lead driver. That's Fandango, who's out on mediums again, which is an odd choice. Given the timing that he came in, I would have said that he'd be able to stay out on the tough stuff there. But here we go. We're in 7th. This is a promising position to be in. Now we'll let you use your afterburners there. We'll charge up a little bit more. Try and do you as we come out of this corner. Like that. See? That's how you afterburner, mate. Yeah, disorderly. You don't know nothing about nothing. We're in business. So that's Fandango though, is cheating his way around the track as per usual. There you go. Yeah, overtake that guy in 17th. This is all good. It felt good to get past Wellington like that. Dude, he's like a million miles back. He's at the back of the flaming pack. Oh, it would be nice to get back onto the lead lap, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be fun? Right, let's go mental. Go on. Give it everything you've got. There we go. We got past Fandango. Well, we've overtaken him. And let's... Nah, didn't make it. Didn't quite make it. Unfortunate. I was thinking we might be able to get past Hitbone. Oh, hold on. We just got past Hitbone. Come on, Falco. You the man. Rock me, Amadeus. There it is. 5th place for Falco Engelhardt, who is the only Bulldozer Power GT driver. There are no other Bulldozer Power GT drivers. There is only Falco Engelhardt. And he put in a sterling race there, managed to lock in all the cash, and therefore I could have asked little more from him. He's going to be getting a car upgrade for the next race. We actually did that pit strategy worked pretty well. I think maybe coming in a lap earlier on one of the stints there would have worked, but running the fuel tank near dry certainly helped us keep that performance relatively strong. So that's jolly promising. Come on, kick him out. No rules broken. Anyway, it's the cheat who won. Don't know how. I don't know how they made that happen. Jesus and Fuegas managed to get round on 2 stops only, but remember they didn't start in the top 10 and therefore had the opportunity to work off medium tyres to begin with. And that paid dividends for them. That said, Laszlo tried the same thing and we beat him out as his tyres were failing on the last lap there. It was Frankie Trial got the fastest lap time overall and went through their tyres really quickly in that second session, but somehow managed to stay in there. As far as the Drivers' Championship is concerned, Falco's now up into 10th on 72 points. Certainly able to compete for higher in the table than that, and that's what we're going to be. That's what we're going to be hoping as we push forward. The team overall drops to 6th, which is very disappointing, and that's not going to help the prospects of getting any more money out of the boss. Anyway, from the internet, Emil van den Begin. Henry Wellington is nowhere near good enough to drive in the GT. Too true. Eva da Silva just watched Phoenix. Impressive stuff from Boring. And that's about all there is to talk about there. No, I'm not joking. I'm really not joking. Dead to me. Absolutely dead. So fired, you wouldn't believe it. I've just fired. Utterly, completely, and totally released from contract. I will take the financial hit, but fired. Do not care. That is unacceptable in every possible conceivable fashion. Totally, totally unacceptable. Anyway, that's the race for you. Stephanie Morris fired. Falco Engelhardt is our new #1 driver. And he's earned it, frankly. He's put up with a lot of rubbish, particularly from me, and he's going to reap the results of that in the next race. Anyway, this series exists because of your beloved support. Thank you for continuing to back the channel, and I'll be back next week with the next race, where we have to make some serious changes. I've been Colonel Failure. Cheerio.